So it was right after, okay, so this is it. After Clinton became elected in 90, it was sworn in 93, I was then asked to go to Honduras. And I hung out in Honduras with some of the CIA people that worked with Oliver North, and they were becoming government officials in Honduras. Yeah, so all the people that helped out the CIA with Iran-Contra, with all the drug trafficking, because there was drugs, it wasn't just weapons. They were, Honduras was the hub. I mean, everybody thinks that there was cities with the hub, but Honduras was the hub. And so I was at the embassy, and it was weird because I had a guy with a machete that was like protecting me, and I kept thinking of that movie where the guy had the big knife, and then, you know, Harrison Ford just shot him, and I'm like, I want Harrison Ford, I don't want some dude with a machete. But anyways, so I was really freaked out because the director of prisons, who was arrested after I spent the day with him. The same day that I spent the day with him, he was arrested by the people of Honduras for torture and corruption. And then evidently the CIA got him out because he was partying with us in Tella. We were partying, and a helicopter, military helicopter, brought beer. Yeah. And I actually asked questions and tried to take a picture, and I was immediately stopped because they were doing beach landings. They did beach landings, and they brought beer to like the CIA and drug lords. Oh, and then after I did the Honduras thing, I was asked to go to Georgia. And I thought, or maybe Georgia was before. No, I think Georgia was before. But anyways, I didn't go to Georgia because I thought they wanted me. Well, first I thought I could get to see the Coca-Cola Museum. And then I realized it was around Georgia because, you know, they said it's a lot farther flight. And I didn't know how they reorganized Russia. I mean, why they named a country after one of our, you know, states is crazy. But anyways, I didn't go to Georgia, and it turned out that I was asked to go to Georgia the same time that they were looking for Alger James, or they were trying to figure out who it was. They didn't know who. And you know what I did is I just went to embassies, hung out, and then people would ask me a gazillion questions: who waited with who was with who, blah 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 blah. I was really good at that. I traveled all over the world. But it was scary. I mean, Honduras was the scariest, but I'm glad I didn't go to Georgia because I talked to Mark Silverman, and it was his neighbor Freddie Woodruff, and he was talking to me, and he had seen the movie In the Line of Fire, and I said, was that made in 1993? And he goes, yeah. And he goes, he was at the movie theater with Freddie's wife when she learned Freddie died. And I said, oh my God, that's when I was asked to go to Georgia. And that's how I was able to put the date. I was asked to go to Georgia at the same time as In the Line with Fire, and then Mark Silverman, the editor of Gannett, who, the Ben Bradley winner, who lied and deceived me. He's still a decent guy, but, you know, just CIA, because he Gannett's CIA. So anyways, I was asked to go to Georgia because of, they knew that there was a spy. And so they wanted me to spy and find out who the spy was. But I did not go because previously, when I was during the Cold War in Leningrad, I was taken by the KGB, and the Russians freaked me out. The Russians just scared the shit out of me. They took me out of my hotel room, strapped to a board in the middle of the night. And part of the reason why I have PTSD, actually, my PTSD was doing really well until I was bullied by people connected to the CIA when Nissan outed me. And now my PTSD is debilitating. But I still function. I'm doing things. I have a lot of anxiety. And, but I'm okay. You know, I've lived with PTSD since the 80s. I got my PTSD from Iran-Contra. And I know a lot of dead people, and I'm not dead. And I'm going to survive. And, but it's weird, you know. I mean, I really did not know what Georgia was, but how would people know what Georgia was in 1993, right? And then I went to Honduras. Oh, and so in Honduras, oh my God. I went to this disco and I danced with this Marine, and there were swastikas all over